Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Rocks Radio. And of course, my name is Victor RK. This is the Inspire Africa show. And today we have something exceptional that we are going to be discussing together. And I love to start by saying this. Africa is a great continent. And making Africa better is a collective responsibility. That means you and I have got our roles to play to make our continent better. Now, it's easy for lots and lots of people to be complacent, be judgmental and even feel entitled. And in this time of ours, this kind of world that we're living right now, everyone really wants to complain. But this is the very time that we have to drop the complacency and begin to think of the ways that we can solve the challenges that are facing us. Not just by talks, not just by bringing ideas, but truly by acting upon them, because action are the things that we need to be able to make our world better. And so today we are going to be having a very interesting conversation on the agricultural sector. And guess what? We have someone who is going to be discussing with us today on the topic finding your space in the agricultural sector. And that means that before you could even start talking about finding your space in the agricultural sector, it means that there's a lot of corners in the agricultural sector. So you have to be able to find that space that best suits you, and then you can be able to try from there and make wonders from that particular place. And ladies and gentlemen, our guest is Nwegia Michael. Nwegia Michael is a consultant, an agricultural consultant. He is the co-founder of Chicken Africa, a company he co-founded at the age of 17. Michael is well versed in the agricultural sector, both in the business and in the practice. However, Michael is an expert in animal feed production and poultry production. He is also an agro consultant and trainer. He is the founder of an agro consulting firm called Farmtastic. You heard that right? Yeah? Farmtastic. And Michael will always say to you, the fantastic way for it to farm is called Farmtastic. And Nwegia Michael has consulted for the River State Farm and other top firms in Nigeria. He's a graduate of animal science from the prestigious River State University. How are you doing, Michael?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm doing very fine. And you?
I'm doing all right as well. Talking about agriculture, I tend to wonder, how can a cute person like you, go down to agriculture?
I will call that an insult first. Because you don't go down to agriculture.
Okay.
You go up to agriculture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
So,
Thanks for that correction.
Permit me to just use the word as an insult. And agriculture is the most noble profession. Yeah. I know while in school some persons argued, and some say law, some say medicine, and the rest of them, but actually I have been down in health for over some days.
Yeah.
You get, and I noticed that it wasn't just because of malaria or some other things. It was because I was not paying attention to some certain things, and my food was just part of it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so the moment I picked up my health a bit, I had to start picking up some fruits, and I understand much about the nutrition. So I picked up some things, and I was able to stand up very quick.
Wow!
So the Lord won't do that for you.
Well, so you can call yourself an agro doctor as well. You know the right fruit to take to be able to bounce back up to health.
Yes, agriculture is so broad, like you mentioned the topic. Finding a space.
Yeah.
You need to find a space, but you don't need to find it with a torch.
Okay.
Because it's just somewhere around your neighborhood.
Wow.
It's just somewhere around you. Everything we do in life, there's always a place for agriculture.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I always advise people. I said you don't need to be an agricultural graduate for you to be a successful agriculturist.
So what exactly do we need before we even dive into agriculture?
All we need is just knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, different kinds of knowledge. Yeah, first you need to understand what is agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah, but somehow it's limited. That's the reason people look down on it. For example, when you say agriculture, it's a branch of science that looks at the production. Yeah, we just talk about rearing of animals and cultivation of crops, but it goes deep beyond that. Yeah, if it comes to production in animal science or generally in agriculture, we define it from the point where we pick the raw material or the seed to the point where the final consumer takes it.
Okay. Oh wow.
So you are not done with production except the final consumer has taken that product. So imagine what it takes and how many persons will be involved taking that raw material from point A to the finish point.
Oh wow. and Ella, we mentioned to our listeners that you're an expert when it comes to animal feed production, and then poultry production. Let's talk about that sector for a while. What is it basically? What is so unique about the animal feed production and the poultry production as well?
Okay, all aspects or areas of agriculture are all unique.
Okay.
Yeah, I am not the kind of person who will tell you my own part is unique, but I chose feed production for a reason.
Okay.
70 to 80% of the cost of production of any livestock is based on the feed they consume.
70 to 80%, you say?
Yes, depending on the animal.
Okay.
For poultry, about 70%. So the total cost of production ranges from the purchase of the day-old chick, depending on the age you start with. We look out for the age one, the purchase of the raw materials, like day-old chicks. We look out for the feed, the medication. So 70% of the cost used to produce a bird is on the feed.
Okay.
So if a bird costs 1,000 naira for production, 700 will be spent on feed consumption.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I looked at the major part and the place that needs more attention, and I had to go there to stay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that means it's actually a place where you're actually bringing solution to us as well.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wow. All right, so before we delve into this conversation more in-depthly, we are talking about finding your space in the agricultural sector. Yeah. Now, I think it's going to be just for us to tend to list a few of the spaces that we can find in the agro sector, so that maybe people who are novices in the agro world can then say, okay, maybe I could go for this or that.
Okay. I don't want to go through the motivational part.
Exactly.
Because that's not why I'm here today. So, every sector in this world has a link to agriculture.
Okay.
As a first profession, and I started by saying it's the most noble profession.
Yeah.
Now, let's start from the honorable professions like the medicine.
Yeah.
When you talk about medicine, there's a space for agriculture.
Okay.
Where we call the veterinarist or veterinary doctor.
Okay.
Now, the veterinary doctor is out there to manage the health of the livestock, the fish, and other animals. Yeah. So that's the role. So we have medicine in agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah. So you mustn't move into medicine for human beings. Okay. We need people who will go deep and make more research in the medical parts, the health part.
For livestock, basically.
Yes, for livestock.
Oh wow.
So that's an area. It doesn't make you anything less.
Wow.
Yeah. If you know what you're doing, you can make more money than the human doctor.
Wow.
Yes, because we have. I won't want to talk the profession down, but I think we need more professionals in that field.
Okay, the veterinary field.
Yes, in the veterinary field, we need more professionals. Now go into the area of law.
Okay.
We have many things that should be checked out. Not just human law. We need animal lawyers.
Wow.
There's something like that.
So the animal lawyers are going to be defending animals and the law.
Not just the animals, but the farmers.
Okay.
So there are issues that happen. Now, you might not be able to defend your clients if you don't understand that field. So in school, some departments were forced to do something like land law or some laws that support agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need people who understand agriculture so they can become professional lawyers in handling agricultural cases.
Wow. So we talked about the veterinary space for doctors who will come in there and then tend to study the medicinal aspect and how to be able to treat livestock.
Exactly.
Basically. And then we also talked about law, people who can understand